Okay. Good evening. My name is Jose Ignacio Arcos. I'm an economics student from Universidad San Francisco de Quito, and with me I have Sydney.
Hi, my name is Sydney, and I'm a student at Kenyon College.
Well, we're going to talk about social institutions, Sydney. So first of all, tell me about a recent book or movie that left a lasting impression on you.
Um, I think that a recent movie that left a lasting impression on me was Barbie. And that was because I really thought it spoke to the female experience. And when I watched it for the first time, I was with some female friends, and it was really, really emotional. And we all kind of laughed a lot and cried a lot and felt like they really depicted what being a woman felt like.
Nice. Since today I haven't seen that movie. A lot of people told me that it's quite nice. In my opinion, I love Harry Potter. I know why, but Harry Potter impressed me because of the attitude and the attributes that have Harry. Um, then tell me, what's the most adventurous thing you have ever done?
Ooh, the most adventurous thing that I've ever done is gone on a 3-day hike with one of my friends in Georgia. It was very hot, and we ended up in like this trail area, and we just hiked for 3 days. And I've never gone on another hike that intense or experienced that level of like being alone in the wilderness.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. I never tried long time hiking. I only hike around mountains here in Quito, but they're not too a long time. What's the best piece of advice you have ever received?
The best piece of advice I've ever received is just take one thing at a time. And I think that piece of advice lets me process things and complete tasks and feel like I've actually achieved something after I complete every task instead of um, focusing on way too much all at once.
Last but not least, why you decide to study your major?
So I'm a psychology major and a Spanish major, and I decided to study psychology because I was really fascinated with how people interact with each other and just why people act the way that we do. And then Spanish because I have family who's from Spain, and I think it's a really beautiful language, and I wanted to study abroad in a place where my family lived. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Spanish is a beautiful language. We have a beautiful culture in Spain too. I visit Spain twice times. But let's talk about the social institution. The social institutions are fundamental structures that shape and organize human behaviors. So we try to analyze the social institution and how it affects on the society. These serve as an established pattern of interaction, norms, and rules that guide individuals in meeting their social needs. Okay, so for example, of social institutions, we have families, we have governments, religion, economy, education, and well, let's start with a few questions from this topic. Um, for you, what is a social institution?
For me, a social institution is an organization that people interact with and benefit from or are oppressed by. And normally there's multiple people in that institution who interact with each other daily. So I think a family is a really good example of a social institution.
Yeah, inside the book, Sociology from Giddens, they say that family is the most important social institution because all your values and they form you as a human. So that is why family is the most important institution. What role does the family play in society? Is I guess is the most important fact. But let me ask you, what role does the economy for you play in society?
Does economy?
Yeah.
Well, I think in the United States, the economy is a huge part of daily life just because we're a capitalist society. And a lot of the way that our businesses are organized and our institutions in general are organized, it benefits or hinders the economy based on how we interact. For example, I like to go out to eat at least once a week, and that's a way that I am part of the economic institution in my area.
Nice. Well, you're studying for psychology. How does the education contribute to the socialization? And at the same time, if you prefer to invest in education or in health?
I think that that's a very complicated question. Um, investing, can you repeat investing in health or investing in,
Education.
oh, education? I don't know why I just said that. I think that both of those things should be invested in, but the most important thing that needs to be invested in right now for the United States specifically would be health. Just because I believe that our healthcare system really needs to be improved. And then also on a larger scale in general, health of countries and nations is very important. And it kind of circles back to education in terms of if you don't have a good healthcare system or a good institution where you can support students being healthy, there's not really a point of teaching how to learn because they can't focus in classrooms.
Nice. Well, in my personal opinion, I guess that health is the most important um, way to invest because if people have a good health, they can continue studying and working. But as a psychologist, which one for you is the most important institution instead of family?
Instead of family,
Yeah.
I think psychologically, um,
If you want, I can give you a context.
probably our,
For example,
yeah, go ahead.
religion. How the religion interfere in the people point of view, for example. Because you know that a lot of
Mm,
countries have different religions, and I know this affects a lot of the point of view.
yeah, I think psychologically, religion plays a huge role. Culture in general plays a huge role. I don't know how much you can say that culture is an institution because each country has a different type of culture, and I'm not really sure how organized that is. But in terms of an organization, yeah, for sure, religion has a huge impact on people psychologically because if you're raised in a certain religion or you convert to a certain religion, your worldview is shaped by that, your actions are shaped by that. If you look at, well, it's Ramadan right now, so a lot of Muslims are fasting, and that's a huge undertaking that really demonstrates how people function with their religion as an institution.
Nice. Well, to sum up, I guess all institutions are very important for the society. This will provide us how to. This will provide a lot of information from the people, where they come from, how they act, and how they live in the countries. So I guess these kind of topics are very interesting. You can study in a different areas. For example, in economy, you can focus on how family works. For example, the Calvinists, and well, I guess this topic is a huge one. And I will say thank you for spending your time talking with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to talk to you as well.